Hey guys, it's Alex coming at you from Southern California. I hope everyone had a fantastic new year. Happy to be in 2021. Just wanted to come on and talk about a new series of videos that I have kind of been thinking about for a little while. And the basic premise is, to discuss favorite tracks that were written in honor or in the memory of John Coltrane. And part of that is, Coltrane is obviously an inspirational figure, but also somebody who, always looked forward, never looked back, was always pushing ahead. And I think that's kind of a good message to and a good advice to follow in 2021. Just to forge ahead, not look back. So in that spirit, just a couple of general rules. Basically, so Coltrane died in July 17th, 1967. So the piece has to be an original composition that was written after July 17th, 1967. And again, it has to be in honor or in the memory or, honoring John Coltrane. That can be explicit in the title, obviously, as many pieces are. Or you might be reading liner notes and find out that the artist's intent was exactly that, to honor John Coltrane, a musical gift, if you will, for in his memory. And that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously there's many pieces to be found in the jazz arena that explicitly are dedications to John Coltrane, but I really challenge everyone to think outside of jazz if possible. Obviously, he transcended genre, so there's plenty of pieces and artists, in the pop rock realm and the hip hop realm, for sure, that were influenced by Coltrane, and that most likely there's got to be a bunch of gems that were kind of explicit dedications that I just don't know about. I only have one that I can think of in my collection, which hopefully I'll get to in the series. I jotted down about a dozen already, so even if no one ends up participating, at minimum I'll try to do one of these a month. And I'll start, with this one, with really this whole album, is a dedication, an explicit one, to John Coltrane. On the cover it says this music is dedicated to the mystic Ruth, which was Alice's spiritual name for John, known as John Coltrane during the period from September 23rd, 1926, when he was born, to July 17th, 1967, when he passed away. So this is Alice Coltrane's debut on Impulse, recorded or at least released in 1968. So not very long after John's passing. And this is the title, not the title track, but this is side one, track one, which is Onetta Ruth. And yeah, it's a fantastic record. It got, at the time, it got some tough reviews from the critics, obviously, because if you think of what she was going through at the time, dealing with her husband's death, trying to raise 4 young children, and at the same time, being an African American woman in a completely male-dominated, profession. And on top of that, she was going through some very rigorous, like, spiritual, examinations, as she called it. She was actually hospitalized a couple of times during this time, between 1967 and 1970, because she was fasting, and she was going through sleep deprivation as part of, sort of these like her meditations and her cleansing rituals. And at the same time, she put out, this one and I think 2 more records, I think, on Impulse during that time. So yeah, fantastic track. It's her on the piano here. And obviously very much influenced by Coltrane musically, but also using some of her, the blues language that she had learned, as a young pianist in the churches of Detroit in her youth. And yeah, you start to hear that, that spiritual sound that that she pretty much perfected in later releases as well. With adding the Eastern influences, of course, and the Eastern instrumentation and modes and stuff like that. So that's my first contribution. Hopefully, just tag it. And this is also, I should say, in memory, not in memory, but in honor of Rob, who is apparently not going to be making any more videos, at least for the time being. It was his idea to create the Blue Note project, so this is sort of a similar idea, and one that I probably wouldn't have thought of, without, Rob having, planted that seed. So yeah, look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. Like I said, I mean, if you can extend beyond jazz, extend beyond genre, I think we can find some pretty interesting things to discuss. But obviously there's so many great jazz tracks that are dedicated to Coltrane, and be happy to hear those. And I also encourage you guys to play the music. Don't be afraid of the copyright police. Other than like ECM, I don't think I've ever had a video taken down. I did a whole stream on Impulse releases. Didn't get any copyright issues there. So for the most part, as long as it's not like a major label, just definitely go for it, and do some needle drops. I think it really helps add color to the conversation as well. So anyway, talk to you guys soon. Bye.